Well, what do we have here? Mexican government unveiled UFO alien stuff at the same time, right around the same time as Congress held a hearing? Coincidence? I think not. Well, it's true. It's definitely not a coincidence. And we have this man right here to thank for that. So, apparently, according to all the media and all the news that you would see, look at it at first glance, if you look at this news at first glance, most places you see this, Twitter, Google, whatever, they seem to imply that the Mexican government unveiled a UFO body. I'm sorry, not UFO. Why do I keep saying UFO? An alien body, a real extraterrestrial body or a corpse that is supposedly very real. Well, how real is it though? Let's find out. First, let's take a look at the body itself. I don't know. To me, it kind of looks like literal mud or sand on the beach. It looks like somebody sculpted it from that. It literally does not even look like a mummy. It kind of does, but it kind of doesn't. Not really. Alright, well, enough of the theatrics. Let's get to the real facts. So it was not indeed the Mexican government that revealed this. It was this guy. And to get the facts across, I found this nice little article on USA Today. And I did fact check this with other articles and sources. So normally I wouldn't be using just this one article. I would post a bunch of them just to, make sure the information's correct. But based on all the other information that I've seen, and it's actually not that hard to find, you can literally just Google this and you'll find the information all over the place. But the reason I'm using this particular article is because it just has all the main facts happen to be here on one page that I could just read and we could discuss this. So, Mexican Congress shown supposed bodies, X-rays of non-human alien corpses at UFO hearings. Remains of supposed non-human beings were presented Tuesday to the Mexican Congress by self-proclaimed UFO expert who has before presented alleged alien discoveries that were later debunked. Yeah, so where is he? This guy. What's his name? I'm probably gonna butcher it. It's Jamie Maussan? Either way, he is a ufologist guy. He's the guy that presented this body to the Mexican Congress. So all the headlines and stuff saying that the Mexican government is presenting this, it's all fake. It's not real. It's this guy who presented it to the Mexican government. And as you can see, this isn't the first time he presented alien bodies that were later debunked. And honestly, this actually isn't even the first time this particular one was shown. This looks familiar. I'm pretty sure I've seen this before. Here you kind of see a little bit of a video. Spooky, ooh. Okay, the creature with their tiny bodies, three-fingered hands, and elongated heads looked like something right out of a Hollywood invasion blockbuster movie. Exactly. They pretty much got this straight from a movie, and that's where the design came from. It literally looks like a little gray alien, like straight out of a movie. But if UFO researcher Jamie Maussan, I know I'm butchering that and I apologize, is to be believed, the remains he presented to Mexican lawmakers are the real thing. Some of Maussan's prior claims have proven to be false, but earlier this week, the famed journalist and self-proclaimed UFO expert appeared before Mexican lawmakers where he presented the remains of what he claimed were two ancient non-human alien corpses. The bodies, he testified, were retrieved in 2017 from Cusco, Peru, before radiocarbon dating revealed them up to be 1800 years old. Okay, so you can already see the problem with this guy, right? He's already presented evidence that were debunked to be 100% fake. So that's already credibility on his part gone. Maussan's wild claims, which he presented with third-party evidence, came during a Tuesday congressional hearing in Mexico about UFOs. now referred to by the US government as UAP, short for unidentified aerial phenomenon, or I guess anomalous as well, well, depending on who you ask. This is the first time extraterrestrial life is presented in such a form that I think there is clear demonstration that we are dealing with non-human specimens that are not related to any other species of this world. So he's claiming that what he found is evidence. Supposed alien bodies found to have DNA, unknown DNA. So again, what was the other thing? He supposedly radiocarbon dated, but I could not find the results of that radiocarbon dating anywhere. So, you know, no paper, no results, nothing. Must be the government covering it up, right? Again, DNA results, could not find it anywhere. If anybody found these supposed results, I couldn't do it. The small mummified specimen that Mosan alleges are extraterrestrial were brought out in 2 glass display cases for lawmakers to observe. The hearing was to debate language on UAP in the Aerial Space Protection Law. If the language is approved, Mexico would become the first nation to formally acknowledge the presence of alien life or existing on Earth, the Reuters news agency said, citing local media. Again, not to be believed, because stuff flying in the sky doesn't mean aliens. Aliens means aliens. Okay, here's the display cases again. Mausan said that the specimens were found fossilized in mines in Cusco, Peru, in the layer of Diatomaceous, I butchered that word like crazy, I apologize, earth, or ancient phytoplankton algae. Nailed that one. The National Autonomous University of Mexico conducted tests on them, which Mausan claims revealed more than 30% of the specimen's DNA was unknown, indicating that they are not part of our terrestrial evolution, he said. So one of my fascinations with aliens is, do they have DNA? That'll be one of my main questions. Another question I would like is, do they like music? Because, you know, if you really think about it, music is just a bunch of noise that make our brain feel good for some reason. And we like it, listen to it. But who knows, maybe the brain evolution of some other species would look at us like, what, you weird hairless monkeys, why are you moving around to that weird noise, you know? Just let me take a sip of my coffee. But DNA is basically the code, like if you think of software, that basically writes our entire, I guess, body's traits. And I would be really curious as to, do aliens have DNA or something like DNA that would, you know, dictate their biology? Because you might think that there's so many different species on planet Earth that you could probably get enough of a sample size to see how life works, but no. The thing is, all life on Earth are more related and interconnected than you think. Bananas literally have DNA. Every single animal has DNA. Every single, like, as far as I know, all life on Earth has DNA. That's how connected we are. Like, all life uses this one basic structure. So I'd be really curious if aliens had DNA. Also, it took forever to sequence the DNA, like human DNA. They only just somewhat recently finished doing that. So claiming to have 30% of unknown stuff, how long would that take, I wonder? I'm no biologist, but that's just some questions I have. X-rays of the specimen were also presented during the hearing, which experts testify under oath claim show that one specimen had what appeared to be eggs or ovaries, while the other had implants made from rare metals such as osmium. Again, could not find these results anywhere. I don't know. There were also I did see the X-rays, and yeah, it was a bunch of what looked like photoshopped human bones. One of them was even like completely cut off, just placed in different spots. And there was an expert a while ago actually debunking one of his alien bodies, like meticulously analyzed his X-rays that he presented a while ago, and just completely debunked everything. Okay, who is Jamie Mausan? Mao-san is an investigative journalist who has been researching extraterrestrial phenomena for decades. But if Mao-san's alleged claims prove to be false, it wouldn't be the first time. And that's the key word right there. The UFO researcher, who appears regularly in Mexican media to present his purported findings, have previously been associated with claims of discoveries that have later been debunked. Yeah, this guy's been debunked many times. I think any credibility this guy has is damn near zero. This is the first I've actually heard of this guy, but after doing some research into him, yeah, a lot of the stuff he presented is a bunch of nonsense. In 2015, Mao-san unveiled the existence of what was alleged to be alien bodies unearthed in Nazca, Peru. Later, though, that alien discovery was debunked, and the mummified corpse was shown to be that of a human child with a head deformity, according to fact-checking website Snopes.com. This isn't the only one. Like, he's presented supposed alien bodies in this way before, except he tried to, pass them off as aliens. So this is only one of a few incidences that he was a part of. In fact, such elongated skulls have often been explained by anthropologists as a result of ancient practice of artificial cranial deformation. As a part of what could be an ancient religious ritual, young children had their heads bound in cloth, rope, and even wooden boards, according to Snopes.com. This isn't even, this has been a proven fact that ancient people did this. There's some stuff in Africa with the elongated skulls. There's been stuff in all sorts of different cultures that do that. Now, of course, your ufologists would have you believe that they're mimicking the alien overlords or whatever, but I don't know. There's people who do those weird, like lip and ear deformations. There's people who do all sorts of body modifications, like in terms of body modifications for religious rituals or cultural reasons. It's not the first time, and it's weird that people pick this specific one out to, relate to aliens when there's so many other ones that for some reason don't relate to aliens. I think the only reason they relate elongated skulls to aliens is because it looks more like the typical gray aliens that we know when we see movies. Earlier this year, Mao-san also claimed that a photo of a supposed UFO hovering over FC Juarez soccer stadium shows a ship of non-human origins. I share that the case was analyzed with AI equipment, and everything indicates that we are facing an unidentified anomalous phenomenon. UAP scientists call these ships ghosts for being dark objects. I think the fact that he's analyzing with AI is a red flag, because AI can fabricate so much fake stuff these days. Okay, what else we got? Something's wrong with my computer. What the hell? Oh my god, what happened? What happened? Okay, here we go. That was weird. Okay, and this one just talks about Grush and Ryan Graves and all the US stuff. That's pretty much it. The only thing I'm missing here is the x-rays. So the DNA reports, the other stuff, I couldn't find them, but they did show the x-rays. And honestly, it's definitely fake as shit. I don't buy it at all. This guy is proven to be a fake multiple times, and now that the government's having an official hearing on UFOs and stuff, I think he just tried to take his chance with presenting it to the government, hoping to get more stuff, or how should I say, more recognition, I guess, attention. I don't know, but it's hard to believe any of this stuff. But I felt the need to make a fact-checking video on this because so many people were going crazy that the alien government was, revealing UFOs and finally aliens are real and all that stuff, yada yada. But no, it's all fake, unfortunately. That's pretty much kind of all I have to say on this topic. It's been can't really even call this a podcast, to be honest. It's more like a quick video. So we have yet to get any kind of real evidence for aliens yet. I guess I can talk about what constitutes real evidence. I think if we were to see an alien, I'm really not sure what it would look like. Like, a lot of people love to speculate, but until we get more information on what other planets look like, which technology is getting better. Like, so far we're able to tell some of the chemical compositions of atmospheres based on the light that gets emitted through it. We're able to tell quite a few other properties of faraway planets. And I think if our technology advances far enough where we could tell what another planet really looks like, what's on the surface, what kind of atmosphere it has, we could definitely make an educated guess on what life would look like on there. Now, could we guess on what it would actually like physically look like? I'm not sure. It's hard. Like I said, when we only have a sample size of one, which is that being planet Earth, it's hard to do any sort of statistics. I do think that the universe is far stranger than we even could imagine. Like, if UFOs or if aliens are visiting Earth, they definitely know some shit that we don't know. And some people say, well, it's a warp drive, it's some sort of faster than light thing, it's bending of gravity, something. It's like, who knows? Like I said, we don't even know what dark matter is. We don't know what dark energy is. We don't know. There's so much part of physics. If there's one thing that being a physics student taught me, it's we don't know shit. It's amazing that at one point during physics in the early 1900s, a lot of scientists thought it's not worth going into a physics career because they thought everything was already figured out. Boy, were they wrong. So, for example, one of my favorite questions that I've ever asked my physics professor was, if gravity is the distortion of space-time, well, then what is the electromagnetic field? Is that also some sort of distortion? Is that something else? And he simply just said, we don't know. We have no idea. It's just some sort of force. It's there. We have no idea why it's there. It's just kind of there, So when it comes to a lot of what's going on with the laws of physics in the universe, there's a lot we don't know, and aliens who have the ability to come here would know some shit, that's for sure. If there's UFOs out there that are crashing, let's say that part is true and it is some sort of exotic vehicle, I think it would be human made, because one of the big new additions to the lore in recent times is there's actual alien vehicles out there supposedly, and then there's human reproductions of those alien vehicles. I find it extremely hard to believe that they could travel all this distance, regardless of where they're from, and they would just crash. I don't know, it just does not feel right. Like I said, I'm open to all evidence to the contrary. Maybe that did happen, maybe that's how they got their first discs, because if humans have this technology, they had to have got it somehow, right? Whether they talked to the aliens, whether they did find some sort of crashed ship, or whether they figured it out on their own. I think if humans are in possession of some sort of anti-grav technology that can, do those maneuvers that these UFOs have done, I think it's human made. It's more than likely it is. So, one of my favorite arguments to, go against is they keep saying it's technology that doesn't exist. Humans, they're not capable of doing this technology. And I would say, why not? Why wouldn't humans be capable of this? Think about the technological leap from 1944 to 1945 in terms of energy output of humans. We go from having to drop hundreds of thousands of bombs to level a city to one single bomb. That is an energy output that's quite a huge leap, if you ask me. And all that led to nuclear energy. It led to, you know, even bigger nuclear bombs, nuclear-powered submarines, nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, nuclear-powered plants, all that stuff. I think that's a kind of a huge technological leap, if you ask me. We basically went from the end of the industrial age to, the modern age right there. So if let's say they discovered how to manipulate gravity, right? For the sake of this conversation, we'll say that these UFOs are some sort of gravity propelled crafts. We don't know if that's the case. It could be a million other different things that they figured out. If that's the case, if all of a sudden you figure out how to manipulate gravity to where these types of maneuvers are available or are possible, I think that would also be an equal jump, right? Because what would a gradual process look like from fuel propulsion engines to like a gravity type thing, right? You would go from the jets you see to instant flickering and crazy maneuvers, because if you can manipulate gravity in the way that is explained by a lot of people, that would be quite a huge leap. So if something like that is discovered, then I think it would look exactly the way we see it today. It would look like a huge leap. And we shouldn't say that humans are not capable of this. This technology doesn't exist. It's too far of a jump. Because it's entirely possible that somebody figures something out. Okay, what else? And I don't know. A lot of the lore today is pretty contradicting. Supposedly humans are shooting at the aliens, shooting down the crafts, have technology in Antarctica to shoot them down or something like that. And a lot of that stuff is crazy. I think if they were capable of traveling, they'd be capable of defending themselves. But we'll have to see how it develops. I do think all this is very fun. I like the lore updates. Pretty interesting. I think the Grush stuff definitely updated the lore quite a bit. I still can't say that I believe him, because there's still no actual evidence, but I appreciate his contribution to the field because it's fun. I think that's going to be it for the podcast. It's a little solo stuff. I thought I was going to ramble on a bit longer about this one, so I kind of just switched topics a little bit, but you know what? It's fine. It's okay. So, yeah. Fortunately, alien or Mexican alien dude, not real. It is unfortunate. Would have been cool, but also would have been weird that this is how we discover aliens. Just some random dude comes out, here you go, and yeah, there you go. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me. If you enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, and come into the comment section. Let me know if you want any topics covered. I have a few ideas. It's just I need to get my research together, because I generally like to present a thoroughly researched topic. And that's gonna be it for me. Catch you guys later. Peace.